this video is gonna cover mission briefing. So once you go to scenario, there should be a mission briefing thing. Click box right here that you guys can see. And we can always, like I said in the previous, we can choose for player 7 or Unity strike team, whatever you want to display the mission briefing to, the human player, which is us. And if you guys remember in my first two videos, we're set to player 7. So since we're the Unity color white, so you can choose this, you can check that or this, doesn't matter. I'm gonna click player 7 because of force of habit. Click next, get all this, and then once we click new, it'll show this box that I need to capture again. This, and from here we can see all this. Display speaking portrait, hide portrait, mission object display, the sound, which I'll get into real soon, show portrait, text message, blah blah, all this. Okay, so first thing first, if you want a marine, okay, let's say since we'll go with this map. So we have a Unity here that's Alan Shazer clone. So we want to go to display speaking portrait. No, even before that, we want to go to show portrait here, and you see the unit here. We're gonna click that, and I gotta add another screen capture, which shows that on the top, which I'll move right here. And then we'll click 10 units, and then heroes, and we'll click UED hero. Press OK. Slot numbers, so there's 4 slot numbers that we can choose, which will show this if we click the slot number, which shows this huge box here, which I'm gonna kind of make it a little smaller. So portrait slot 1 is from, you know how in the mission briefing there's 4 portraits from left to right. Slot 1 is at the very left, and slot 4 is to the very right, and 2 and 3 is the middle. So let's say if I want Alan to be at the very right, we'll click portrait slot number 4, press OK, then press OK again to indicate that the Unity here is going to be in the portrait. Okay, now we want this guy to talk a little, so we're going to do the display speaking portrait. And again, we're going to click slot number, and then it has to match the show portrait that we did, so it's going to be portrait 4. And then for how many seconds? Well, let's say we want him to talk for 4 seconds, which is 4,000 milliseconds, same thing. Press OK. And now you're wondering, okay, so where do you type the text? Well, good question, man. Click new, and it will be under text message right here. And you want to match display the following text for how many seconds with the display talking portrait sound. So we're going to click that. Screen capture, and we're gonna set this so it'll show this big box again, which I'm gonna make it small. Okay, so like right there, if you click number, it'll show this, and we're gonna match with the 4 seconds that we did previously, and we're gonna say, "Hi, I am UED hero," and then you can type whatever and then just press OK. So what do we have here so far? From here we can see that there's a UED hero at the very right of the portrait in the mission briefing, and then that portrait is gonna talk for 4 seconds or 4,000 milliseconds, and then it's gonna display this text, "Hi, I am UED hero," for 4 seconds. And before we move on to the next guy, let's say if you want to add like more units talking, before we do that, we want to put a wait, man. You see this wait? That's like the duration that a unit talks for a certain. The unit is gonna pause. So so I'll show you an example. So let's say after 4 seconds, the guy. So let's say we're gonna wait 5 seconds. So basically, this means that when this guy is speaking for 4 seconds, and then when this happens, it means that it's gonna wait 1 second. Cause here's how this works. These two run, these 3 right here, this one, the one I unchecked, these 3 start the mission briefing trigger like simultaneously. So what that means is these three are gonna start at the same time. So it's gonna talk for 4 seconds. It's gonna show this text for 4 seconds, and it's gonna pause for 5 seconds. What that means is that if you add another portrait, let's say like a marine or something, or let's say medic in portrait like 1 towards the very left, then what this is doing is, if we're gonna show a portrait and it's gonna show it talking for 4 seconds with the text like showing 4 seconds. After that, after 1 second, because 5 seconds minus 4 seconds is 1 second. After 1 second, it's gonna show this portrait, the medic, at the very left side of the mission briefing. And we can do the same thing again. We'll just copy paste, and we'll, instead of slot 4, we'll like do portrait 1, show portrait 1 speaking for like what, 2 seconds, and we can display it as like, I don't know, hi hero. And you want to always have it like have a wait or pause for like a certain second, like doesn't matter. And then yeah, that's it. And then if you want to make this even like if you want the portraits to show up simultaneously, then you want it to have like, you want the show portrait like at the very top. What this is gonna do is it's gonna show these 2 portraits at the same time, and we can also wait like 2 seconds. After the portrait shows, it's gonna wait 2 seconds, and then it's gonna have the UED hero talk for 4 seconds and showing the text, hi, I am UED hero, for 4 seconds. After that, after 1 second, it's gonna have the medic talk for 2 seconds saying, hi hero, pause 3000 seconds, go to text, and we can do like, I don't know, voila. That's the standard mission briefing for Starcraft 1 campaigns. So okay, and then if you're wondering what about the mission objectives, it's over here, and we can also like put another text saying like what. Gotta add the screen capture again. It's gonna show this box, and we can say like what, kill the Terran Dominion or whatever that we put in the UED hero must survive, you know, stuff like that. And the thing is, if we put this mission objective, and normally you want to put the mission objective at the very top of your mission briefing. And the thing is, if you put this, and if you start the game, and if you click the mission objectives in the menu, it's gonna show exactly like this. So that's the good thing about that. And yeah, that concludes this very basic mission briefing, but we're not done yet. So first we're gonna save, and I'm gonna actually move my the Marines a little. I'm gonna move down the red units a little. So like, I don't know, we'll put like, what is that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I want to delete this. We're gonna move these units a little down, and always need start location for them to appear. So yeah, and that was mission briefing, and now we go to sound. Very important, which shows like this. Sound shows this. Alright, hold on. Then here's another music for you guys. It shows this, and then in order to add sound, you need to import it. So if you click import, it's gonna show another file like similar to how when you're saving your map, or like this. And from there, you guys, well, I don't know, you guys have to manually, okay, so before that, yeah, okay, you know, it's fine. So normally, let's go to, no, not enslavers, let's see, my maps. I have all my sounds like pre-saved here, or my extra sound that I found throughout the course of my map making. Yeah, let's do it like compute 1 or something. Yeah, that sound, okay. And we want null sound too, which is gonna be very important later on that I'm gonna show. So okay, we're gonna use these two. You need to import these, and then in order to save these types of like files, you have to go online and then just find your own like Starcraft music pack or whatever. Just you can find it online easily if you Google it. But or if you can also go to enslavers, man. Like so, okay. You know what? I'll show you guys right now actually. So I'm gonna show you guys my enslavers. So this is the map that Blizzard made, and then if you go to scenario and go to sound again, it's gonna show this. This comes with this sound comes with this map. So if you wanna save this, you have to export it. You click export, and then it'll show another screen, which shows as save as, and you can save it anywhere. In my case, I saved it in my extra sound folder, so you guys can do that. But throughout, like, you can open up like some other like maps that's not protected, and then you can do the same. Like you go to scenarios, click sound, get this box, and then you have to export the sound so you can use it later on. So I'm just showing you how to do that. But anyway, we're gonna go back to the tutorial. So we have two sounds right now: comp beep 0 and null sound, and you can use play to have the sound. That beep beep sound and null sound is no sound, and it's indicated by the seconds here. So comp beep 0 plays for 0.4 seconds, and yeah, null sound has no sound, so it's 0 seconds. And the triggers and briefing indicate how many times these sounds are playing. So let's go back to our mission briefing. So if you want to add a sound, like when a unit starts talking, we go to play WAV. That's the sound sound file format. Click so after, of course, this is after you imported your music. After you import it, once you click that, it'll show this box, which I need to screen capture once again. It's gonna show this box that we imported 2 of these already. So we can click this, test the sound in here, and it indeed like has that beep beep sound. And yeah, and it also, you can really add sounds to your maps using the sound manager located on the scenario. Which is what I just showed you guys with the enslavers. Click OK, press OK, move this up to preferably like somewhere over here, like somewhere between, like it can be before show speaking animation, or it can be in between, like display the following text or something like that. So what this means is that, first of all, there's gonna be okay, so I'm gonna add another 2 seconds here. Once the mission briefing starts, it's gonna have the objectives, this, kill the terrible minion, blah blah blah. 2 seconds later, medic and the UED hero portrait shows up at the very left and right respectively. 2 seconds later, it's gonna play this sound, and then it's gonna have the UED guy like having a talking portrait for 4 seconds, and rest is history. That's what we did. We can do the same thing for the medic. Like put it here, and then the medic's gonna also do the beep beep sound. So yeah. Alright, so another music rolling in. And yeah, so that's it, man. And if you're wondering, what about you know, once we do end the briefing, what happens to the portraits? Do they automatically disappear? Nope. You have to go to hide portrait, and you have to hide the portraits respectively that you show. So like for medic, if you want to hide the portraits at the end of the mission briefing, you want to do this: hide portrait and slot 1. That's gonna remove the medic. And same thing for the the UED hero. So yeah, and then preferably you want to do this like before the end of mission briefing, so like that. And then for better formatting, you can like put like another extra second there. So, and then it's gonna show end the briefing thing, whatever. And if you're wondering, what about transmission? So this is the culmination of both display speaking portrait, play WAV file, and text message, all in one single action. So Okay, so we're gonna save. We're gonna do that, and then actually, how should I do this? Hi, I am UD. Hi, you, and we're gonna say like joke, JK. I'm kidding, and then let's make this like what, 4 seconds. Okay, after that, we want to use a transmission buff. The reason why I don't use transmission unless you have a you do your own recording, is that it doesn't work as your original thing is gonna work. So I'm gonna show an example of how it actually works. So we want to go to, let's see, let's test with our marine. Let's see which one's good. All right, right here. We gotta move, and let's see. Who the hell are you?
Hey, who the hell are you?
All right, so we're gonna use these two for our transmission. So let's go back to mission briefings, and then we're gonna do a marine. So we're gonna show a portrait of a marine in like slot what? In the third slot, I guess. Then after another 1 second, just for consistency, this time we're gonna use transmission. And of course, it has to match the portrait thing. So since we selected slot 3 for marine, we're gonna do that. And then we can click the WAV file. We gotta move. And the set that. So here's the thing. There's 3 things here: set, add, subtract. When you're doing a custom, like a fully voiced WAV sound, just set it to add. Click OK and add 0 milliseconds. What this is that we gotta move, which is like what? Which is like 2 seconds. It's gonna play exactly 2 seconds here. So if you did like set to like 0 seconds, it's gonna set to even if you type something, it's not gonna show. But of course, it's gonna play the we gotta move. So basically, when you're doing this, you wanna kind of, I don't know, when you have your own custom voiced sound file, just put that in there, slap it in there after you import it. Add 0 milliseconds, which means it's gonna play the whole length, and then you can say we gotta move. And the good thing about using transmission is that you don't need to put weight, because it automatically does it for you. So we can like go back, we can like instead of like waiting, like let's say if the sound was like 2 seconds, and if you want to wait one more second, we don't need to put 3 seconds. We can actually just put 1 second here, and then we'll put, hey, who the hell are you?
Hey, who the hell are you?
Okay, and yeah, we're gonna do that. Yep, and that's basically it. And then of course, after another second, we're gonna hide the marine portrait. Bam, man, bam, that's easy. And before I start, if you're wondering, oh, DK, can we do that for our marine? Yeah, we can sure do that. Let's say UD marine talks. So let's go to triggers. So right here, remember the second video where I showed let's get on boys, but it didn't really like indicate which marine was talking? Now we can do it with the help of the transmission. Or was it the first video? I don't know. So over here, we're gonna remember this. Oh, okay, gosh, I gotta add more screens. Remember this? We did this. Remember all this? The second video, I think, like where it said, "Oh, the marine's gonna talk, saying let's get on, boys." Now we can use transmission to do the same thing, and it's gonna indicate which marine actually talked. Because if you use this, it won't actually indicate which unit actually talked. It won't like do the little circle, green, pinking, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in the Dark Core, how like there's a text message. The guy obviously didn't use, the map maker obviously didn't use this transmission box, which I need to screen capture again for you guys. This. And this is kind of similar to mission briefing, except that it has a location here. But that's why we put this location UED Marine Talks, if you guys can kind of see over here. So what's the rundown? We're gonna click this. Screen capture specific unit. It's gonna show this. Once we click the unit, we're gonna have the Marine talk, so we're gonna obviously select the Marine. And then we're gonna put the sound like what? Just let's just put it like a compute. And then for this one, you have to set it. You have to put offset, because if you put add 0, it's gonna play for like 0.4 seconds, even if you put like some kind of a long text. So we don't want to do that. So we're gonna set it to. So let's say if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say if the Marine is talking for like, what did the original Marine say? Let's get on, boys. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this to make it faster. So, okay, not that. Go to transmission, go to, this is all showing correctly. Marine, we're gonna do a compute. We're gonna have this Marine say the same thing from before, let's get them, boys. And it's gonna be for 3 seconds. Or 3,000 milliseconds. But we're not done yet, we can't click OK because we need a location. So there are we made 3 location boxes. The anywhere is default, indicates the whole map, the entire map area. Like you can imagine anywhere as the whole size of the map, a big ass location box. All right, not this song. Let's play this song now. Okay, anyway, but we don't want to do that because it's gonna like randomly choose at the very top left of the unit. So if you want to be specific, like let's say if you want our Marines to say that, then we're gonna have to make a location box that you guys can kind of see over here. And then we're gonna click okay, first of all I need to screen capture this again. Jeez. It's gonna show this once we click the location, and it's gonna show like these anywhere, Dominion Group, UED Marine Talks, we're here. So these 3 things, the Dominion Group, UED Marine Talks, we're here, we made it. But the anywhere is always given default. But we want our Marine to say something, so we're gonna have to make a location box that we did, which is called UED Marine Talks. And we're gonna select UED Marine Talks. Okay. And now we are ready, except we need to do a set, which shows this box. Which, did I not screen capture this too? It's gonna show this huge ass box. And like I said earlier, you wanna you have to set it because we're using just a compute. So we're gonna set it to 3. So even if the sound wave is like less than 1 second, it's gonna still show this text for 3 seconds. And boom. And now we don't need to even use it, so we can just uncheck it. So we can just put that up here, and yeah, man, that's it. And another good thing about using transmission is that we don't need to put a wait anymore, like you guys here. So over here you guys could see like, oh, let's get them, boys, and then after 1 second later, because these 3 triggers like run at the same time. So after the Marine talks for 3 seconds and have this text for how many seconds? After 4 seconds later, or 1 second after the Marine finished talking, it's gonna go to this mission objectives. But now, since we're using a transmission, we can actually put the specific 1 second like that. I know it's kind of confusing, guys, but you guys can get used to it by tweaking around. And yeah, man, that's basically it. So let's start, man. I'll test this, man. Save that. But I'm gonna stop the music for a second, guys, so you guys can hear the mission briefing. So we're gonna start now. Boom. Kill the Terran Dominion, UED must survive. Hi, I am UED Hero. 4 seconds. 1 second later. Hi, Hero. 2 seconds. 1 second later, end of briefing. JK, joke. 1 second later, Marine shows up. Perfectly.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Perfectly. Done. That's mission briefing, guys. And then of course this objectives thing, like in the previous video, so let's start first.
Systems functional.
You guys saw that right now? Let's get on, boys. I'm gonna restart it. So check this Marine, okay? You see that green thing right now? That's how it works. And this is the mission objective that we did, but it's kind of different from, so the mission objectives follows from your mission briefing, but you can actually manually set this in the trigger too. But yeah, it's gonna use the default mission briefing mission objectives, but you can change that. And the reason why the mission objective that shows in this text box here is different is because that's how I just used in the text box. This isn't really, this is just for fancy's sake and whatnot. So you guys can like actually like compare, like in the previous video with the display text portrait, the Marine actually did talk, but it didn't have that little green like blinking indication that which unit actually talks. So yeah, I mean, you know, just that's basically it, man. So I'm gonna restart again and you guys can see again. Yeah, see that Marine. That's because there was a location box that we did. And the location box always prioritizes, so if there's a green box like here, it's gonna prioritize over here, like your top left. So yeah. So if, let's say if there's a location box here, and then let's say if it's not gonna randomly choose like these 5 Marines, it's gonna always prioritize whichever is close to the top left. So in this case, it will be this Marine that talks, but you get the idea. So if you want a very specific Marine to talk, let's say this Marine, then you can make a small little location box like this and have that Marine talk. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. This is it, man. This was, I hope you guys know how to do the mission briefing now with this tutorial and how to do it in actual game. What's going on, guys? DK here with another campaign tutorial, map making tutorial. Last time we left off on how to, you know, make units and whatnot. So today I'm gonna just show like how to do mission briefing and stuff. But first of all, before we do that, yeah, of course, before you even start any mission briefing, you wanna do a basic like a thought process of, do you want to make your campaign like micro, macro, defense, or like an adventure with like certain units, or, you know, like stuff like that. So for this video, I'm gonna say that it's gonna be it's a macro mission. But first, we're gonna start with like these. So we're still the UED like from before, and we're gonna, after we kill the Dominion forces, we're gonna say that we have to head down to like a base. So I'm gonna show that right here. So just below that, I'm gonna say, let's say, like make some buildings, like some command center. And then if you're wondering, oh, DK, how do you make minerals and gas? You just go to the neutral units over here. So it's the same as where you can like modify terrains, like right here, like so, like that. And then in the neutral, if you go to the neutral, then yeah, you'll see these like mineral field over here, and you can set like that. And of course, there needs to be some space for minerals, because you see this red here that I'm clicking right now, and you can't place it. Same over here, like impassable terrain or whatever, like invalid placement, then you can't place like minerals like that. So we'll just place like minerals here and stuff. Yeah, gas, like so. And if you're wondering, oh, I want to modify the minerals too, then you just click here, this tab. Okay, so from there you can see there's like 100 hit points. That's, you know, like the percentage of hit points you want certain like units to have at the start of the start of the map game, and this is the resource card where you know how like the default minerals have like 1500 starting. You can basically set to whatever. So in this case, we'll set like what 300, and then if you click OK, you can see right here the mineral like changed and whatnot. And we'll continue with here the other minerals too. We'll keep saying like I don't know 750, 600. This one can have 9,999, whatever. Okay. For gas, same thing. We'll say it's depleted 0. Yeah. And by the way, you can't do 0 for minerals, but you can do for the gas. Well, actually, you can do 0 for the minerals, but like see. So we actually did 0 for this mineral, but even if you mine it, it'll just disappear. We'll show you in a sec. And then same thing goes building. Like let's click this command center here. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Let's move this tab here. Okay, hold on. There we go. So you can see this is the hit point percentage, just like how the mineral showed. So we'll set this as like 64%. Like, so if we start the game, this command center will have 64% HP and so forth. Okay, so yeah, okay, and then here comes what we need to do. So you can see from here, like unit layer, that's how we've been placing units. The next important thing is the location layer. The location. This is used for triggers, guys. Okay, so should I do this first or the mission briefing first? Why not? We'll do a basic, very basic, like a very basic, like a mission objective. Okay, so let's say we place the location here like this, and we're gonna. You can name it or you don't need to name it, but if you do want to name it, it will show this. It'll show this right here. This big windows that says location settings. Just say Dominion group, okay, to indicate this is the amount of units that they start. And then from here on, we have this one group, and then down here we'll say we're here, as in like if we bring our units to like this location, we're here. That means we're gonna put some triggers saying, oh, okay, we can start our mission objective, blah blah blah. And now we go to scenario. You can't see it here, but once you click the scenario, you can see the triggers like right here. And then if I click triggers, it will show this. Okay, let's see. We gotta add them. Well, we'll find out. So, well, basically, okay, when you're making any like campaign that you desire, there's gonna be like some default triggers, like 3 of them at least. Just click those and just delete them, okay? And then just you want to start fresh, okay, with no triggers. And now we're gonna do what we want to say. Like, let's say our mission objective, like here. Let's go to trigger again. Let's say it's to kill the. Okay, not that. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that should be big enough. So let's say we're gonna click new. We're gonna click new, and they'll have all these teams. And then you'll see like in the first description, the last time we named it as UED Strike Team, that's us, and the Terran Dominion, okay? Since we want the, like, if you want to say, so like I said, this is the 4th group that we did on the first video of my tutorial. We're named as UED Strike Team, Terran Dominion. So, if you want to see something in text, you usually want to click the Strike Team or the corresponding player 7. It doesn't matter, you can click this, you can check that, or you can do this, and either of them works. But in my case, I do the trigger directly related to the player instead of the force group, because I'll talk about this like later, but this is like more preferable. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna click next, and we'll get this. So the first thing to set up the trigger is we get this condition thing, and from here we want to click new. And it has all kinds of conditions to make a trigger like function later, but this is required for any trigger to function. Okay, so I'm not gonna go each of them all at once, but the key aspect here is that in order to, let's say like the red group, like if like the mission is to kill all these red groups first, then we're gonna say we can either do this. You can either say bring, and then player one, click player one. Okay, well, man, you get that. You'll show this. You want to click player, click this, and that doesn't show either, huh? Wow, that sucks. This, it'll show this, and then from here we'll have to click. We'll see like all these numbers again, not numbers, all the players and whatnot. We wanna say, oh, if like we wanna say the turn dominion is dead, then we can proceed to the base that I made like in the bottom, like right here, guys. But like right here, but we'll say like player one brings exactly, or it doesn't matter, at most, at least, exactly, doesn't matter, but exactly 0 units, 0 men in this case, men as in like just like units that are not buildings in general. I know, right? This is so politically wrong, man. Not in today's world, but so people, we can say people. Okay, it doesn't show up again, huh? Jeez, man. Okay, I'll show again, guys. It'll show this box. Once you click the units, like here, it'll show this box, this big box, and then we'll click men, which means like people. Click OK, then we have player one brings exactly 0 men to where, and then we click the location box now, which will show. Okay, I gotta keep adding screen capture for this. Which will have this again, and then it'll show this is the location that we just made, the Dominion group, and we're here, like at the command center. We're gonna obviously click Dominion group, click OK. So like, let's see here, player one brings exactly 0 men to Dominion group, or player one brings exactly no one to Dominion group. Press OK. What does that mean? That means like, once this condition is fulfilled, we're gonna go to the action, which brings us to this here. This is what fires the triggers. Okay, not fire. This is what actually happens with the trigger. So if you backtrack, this is the condition, and this is like what we want to do. And then, as always, we want to click new, and it'll show this. It'll show different stuff here with more like different stuff, like all these stuff right here, guys. Which eventually I might go through, but this, if I do, this is gonna be a freaking like a college course lecture or something, man, or maybe a high school course lecture. And then let's say, okay, so I guess, so there's 2 things here. We can either use transmission, or we can do a very basic display text message. So using transmission is more advanced. It's not really advanced, but you have to use sound, which I'm gonna get to in a future video. But in this video, we're gonna go with the basic like display text message. So we're gonna click that, and then here shows text here, right? We click this, and it'll show this box, which I have to screen capture again. It'll show that box here. It'll show this box. Okay, hold on. Let's move it here. It'll show this box, and we can type something. Well, what do we want? Let's say, let's get them boys, or something. Okay. And then that's from a Marine, so we wanna just like make a basic Starcraft like 1 format or something, which is done by like space, like pressing space like 10 times at the very top left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and same thing over here, but with additional 4 spaces. So this is 10 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is how you get the original Blizzard style, Blizzard-esque text message from units or whatever, or mission, like anything like that. So we're gonna get that. So, and then we'll show this again. Let's get our boys. Click OK, and then as you can see, we just made our very first action trigger, man. But now we need to set like, if you want like, I want to show, like in game, I want the Marine to talk. Then yeah, we'll do exactly that. Then we scroll down here, and you'll see over here talking portrait. We'll click that, and then once we click this, It'll show, which I need to screen capture again. It'll show this, like right here. For you guys, it's on the bottom. And then click terrain units, click ground units, and you'll see like marine. Okay, terrain marine, yeah, that's good. Click that, and then we wanna like say how long do you want this marine to talk? Let's say like 3 seconds. But over here in Starcraft 1, you have to convert. It's actually in milliseconds by default. So in order to make like convert this into like seconds, 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. So in our case, if you want to make this marine like talk for 3 seconds, you want to make the duration. Click that. It'll show this number right here. Somehow it's very big, but it'll show this. And just like type in the number you want, 3000 milliseconds, which is 3 seconds. Click OK. Everything looks good. Click OK. And then we'll show this, and we want them and then as something is very okay. Here is something you need to know too. Like the order of the action triggers are very important. I mean, in this case, this doesn't matter because it's not like we're gonna like add another trigger like using wait, but just to be a habit, you want to make the talking portrait like before the text message appears. So we want to just move this up to make the formatting nice. So we're gonna have the marine talk for 3 seconds, and then we're gonna have this text message all at the same time. So in retrospect, it doesn't really matter if it was like this, but it's just good to have like practice like this, because once we get into transmission trigger, you'll see why. And then now we go, and then let's say if you want like after this we want to show like some kind of a mission objective, we'll do exactly that. We'll go here. It shows there. Okay, I just pressed obviously, but like if you scroll down, there's this action called wait. We'll click that, and it shows duration again, which shows this big number thing again. And we want to say like after 3 seconds, like after the marine talks, and then like in like 1 second later we want the mission objective to pop out. Then we'll put not 1000 milliseconds but 4000. What basically this means is that we'll have this marine talk for 3 seconds, and then after 4 seconds we'll add another thing, which we'll do right now. So let's go to display text message and just do the format like the mission objective or something. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 mission objective, or let's say objectives 1 2 3 4 kill the Dominion troops. Let's put like your hero must survive as well. Okay, so we'll have that. We'll click that right here. Everything looks so far. Okay, so and now we have this culmination of 4 actions, with the first being so at the start of the game. No, actually, I did this wrong kind of, but anyway, let's say like brings like let's go back here, like brings at least like 1 man here. Okay. Or it doesn't matter. So right here. So what this means is that at the start of the game, if Red has 1 guy in the location called Dominion Group, you'll fire this trigger here. But it doesn't really matter. Like we can also like have always, which means what always is that at the start of the game this will happen immediately. So we can either have this or this. Doesn't matter. But if you want to be very specific, then you don't want to do always. But anyway. So once at the start of the game, if player 1, the Dominion brings like 1 unit, at least 1 unit to the location that like I named earlier called Dominion Group, then we'll have the Marine like say something, let's get on boys or something like that. And then just for added visuals, we'll say there's a mini map ping at Dominion Group, which means there's gonna be a mini map ping. Which means there's gonna be a ping at the location of the Dominion Group. So yeah, man. So let's review here. So I already talked about this. Like once this condition is fulfilled, it'll go to the action trigger where the Marine will talk for 3,000 seconds. And then it will in the game it will just talk for 3,000 seconds, but you have to actually add text if you want to, which is found in the new and then display text message, as I showed earlier. And we did this. This is the Marine saying, "Let's get them, boys." And after 4 seconds, it'll do a mini map ping to where the red units are at, and then have this text saying, "Kill the Dominion troops. Your hero must survive." Finish. That's just one trigger now. That one whole trigger. Okay. And if you're wondering, oh, DK, how about, you know, in the mission objectives you said your hero has to survive? How do you do that? Easy, guys. The same thing. Go to new. You can either click player 7. Okay, why is this thing not showing again? Okay, whatever. Screen capture this. Yeah, okay, so you can either click player 7 or the UED strike team, doesn't matter. But for my case, my habit, I'm gonna just have player 7, that's us, the player is directly responding to us. We're gonna do that. Click next, then we need to fulfill the condition. So let's say, like, if you read all these, there's gonna be some stuff, but you can see, oh, that's, what's that? Let's click that. Click that, and then it'll show this, okay, and then it'll show, once you click death, it will show this window here, and it says player has suffered quantity deaths of unit. We can say player, is it showing the thing? Not really. Oh, it is showing. Player 7, that's us. Or we can actually do current player, that's still the same thing as us. Either, it doesn't matter, it's either, you can say player, current player or player 7, doesn't matter, has suffered, is not showing the box thing. Okay, I gotta screen capture this if you want. I'll show this right here on the top right for you guys. Has suffered what? Like exactly one death of what? Click this now. And it'll show this, which is over here for some reason. Which is overlapping for some reason. I'll move this out here. Right here on the bottom over here. Select units, pick unit. Then you'll have that window box. And we'll like find the Goliath unit that we altered in the first tutorial video, which is called UED Hero. Now click that OK, we're gonna click OK. We're gonna click this OK again. And then now we have this, player 7, that's us. Has suffered exactly one death of UED Hero. Okay. It shows this now. Which I should probably make it bigger. Right there. That's the condition. So if this condition happens, next, we're gonna do the same thing. Go here, which is, man, why is this window so weird, man? No. Yeah, this one. Oh, it's overlapping. Alright, so I'll move this out now. So we have this. Man, so many windows, man. Okay. Anyway, you guys can see that, right? So we're gonna click. We're gonna make a new action. We're gonna say display text message, and say like what? Your UED hero has been killed. Oh no! And that's gonna be for like what? Like for two seconds. It's gonna appear for 2 seconds. It's not appear, but it's gonna have this for 2 seconds until it goes on to the defeat condition. And this end scenario in defeat for current player. What this basically means is that, like, if we lose our UED hero, then it'll say this: your UED hero has been killed, and it'll end the mission as defeat for us. Okay, and yeah. Okay, but what if we didn't lose the hero and we killed the Dominion group here? Then we'll do exactly this. So instead of making a brand new like a trigger, just you can do it faster by like clicking this, highlight it as blue, and just copy it. And then now we can alter from here. So click that, which will show. Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? That's weird. Alright. Guess I'll just screen capture this again then. Which will show this box. Yeah, it has all the thing like determined, because we actually made this trigger earlier. And then instead of player 1 brings at least 0 men, we'll say like click this, and it'll show that box here. You see that box here, guys, which is covered by this big box, which I'll move it away for. Player 1 brings at least 0 men, at least 1 man. Instead of that, let's say they bring like this. Let's say that it brings exactly 0 men instead to that same location, the Dominion group. Right here, right, as you can see, it's covering, but you can see this is the location here. Click OK. We have this, and then go to action. Click action on the tab above, and instead of the Marines saying "Let's get them, boys," we'll say like, we got them, yeah. And instead of 3 seconds, we'll say that's like 2 seconds. And then the Marine is talking for 2 seconds, saying we got him. And then after another second, or three seconds total after the Dominion group is said, we'll say show minimap ping. Instead of the Dominion group, we'll ping the we're here, or where the base is. So we'll do that and say the mission objective: get to the abandoned command center. Okay. It should be new mission objective. Like so. Get to the abandoned command center. Yeah, and that's it, guys. So what this basically means is that once the Dominion group dies in this location right here, like if there's like 0 men in the Dominion group, it'll say, the Marine will say, we got him. And then after that, it'll say new mission objective, get to the command center below. And now we'll close this, and now we go to here, just to make it simpler, and then we'll backtrack again. We have this, and then let's say if we get to this space, let's say the game mission ends or something. Let's do that then. So click new again, which should show this, which shows this. Click player 7 or UED strike, doesn't matter, but in my case I'm going player 7, be consistent. And then, okay, first of all, so let's show this. I'll move it to the right a little, click new, and then let's say, okay, so it has this box. Let's say if we, player 7, that's us, player 7 brings at least, like what? At least, one, let's say brings exactly one UED hero, man, UED hero to this location, to this we're here location. Then we'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 UED heroes says like we're here. Okay, click OK. And then you want to do the talk. If you want to do the talking portrait of the UED hero, then that's fine. Let's say for 3 seconds or 3,000 milliseconds, like so. Then after that, after 1 second, the game will end. Victory. End scenario in victory for current player. And finish. Voila. So what do we do here out of these 4 basic triggers? Well, over here it says at the start of the game, if there's one unit, like one unit, whether it be ground or an air unit. Okay, okay, that's okay. Apparently this is Blue War music, but okay, sounds like an opera music. Player 1 brings at least 1 guy to the location called Dominion Group. You have the Marine, whether it be us or whoever, doesn't matter. It will just show a Marine saying, let's get on, and then after that, it'll say mission objectives. And then if we lose our hero, we'll lose the campaign. And then next, if we successfully kill the Dominion group, it'll show a different mission objective, or new mission objective, after the Marine says, we got him! And then after that, if you bring our hero to this white base here, the weird here location, then game ends with victory for us. And if, in case you're wondering, oh, how do you reload if you like lost? That's easy, guys. Just click this, go to actions, and then click new. You see this, and then you just scroll down. Next scenario, you click that. Load scenario. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta add this too on. Screen capture. That. I'll make this bigger. That's my impending Doom campaign, by the way, which I'm still working on. Working on the OZO 3. All the rest are completed, which is on my Dropbox. But anyway, let's explore. So, like tutorial. Since this map is called tutorial, we're gonna just click that, and then load up. So after load up tutorial SCX blah blah blah. So what this means is that if our hero dies, we're gonna lose showing defeat, and then it's gonna reload this map again. Convenient. So yeah. And same thing with the like end scenario and victory. Like once our hero reaches this town here, abandoned command center, you can do the same thing as I did with the defeat condition, but you can load your next map for your campaign, man. But yeah, that's basically it, and I'll close that. I'll save just in case. As for mission briefing, I guess I'll do that later, guys, because there's still more to be covered. But and then before we do that, let's fire up this baby, man. Let's fire up this tutorial if it works. So hold on a second, it's gonna be black. I mean, not really. It doesn't need to be black, but I'm just running my Starcraft 1. Okay. Alright. I think it works. Okay, there you go. And let's test, man. Let's test if it worked. Okay, I saved it at the My Maps tutorial. And then next video I'll talk how to like alter this and whatnot. So let's start. No mission briefing. I'll do that in the next tutorial. Let's get on, boys. Kill the Dominion troops. Your hero must survive. But our hero just died. And yeah, that's it. But you see how the Marines said we got him because we did kill the Marines, but our hero already died, so that's already too late. So we'll reload like I expect. And this is the force that we named earlier in the first video, Terran Dominion, Unity Strike Team. That's us. And yeah, it loads fine, man. Let's get him! And this time we'll control our hero so we don't die. Kill the Dominion troops, your hero must survive. We got him! And then you see, you saw that mini-mapping, get to the abandoned command center. And then if you're wondering, oh, how come the mission objectives here is not showing? You have to make a separate mission objective for that. So I'll get to that later too in the next video. But yeah, so like I said in the trigger, like if you bring this hero here, it'll show you the ends. We're here with the Goliath guy like talking.
Did someone page me?
And yeah, that's basically it, guys. Very simple, man. Yeah, that's basically it. And then in the next video, I'll show how to like do mission briefing, like the game, like before the start of the game description and AI setting for your own AI computer to be active and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and this was DK as usual. Oh hell.
Big job, huh? Huh?
I can't build it. Something's in the way.
Oh, that's just great.